waves and antennas, right? So in the transmission line chapter, you had learned about impedance matching network in the form of quarter wave transformer or in the form of single stub matching and all, right? So that particular concept will be required for designing some impedance matching network, and after that some of the wire dipoles. I mean, the last part of your module that was antennas in electromagnetic waves and antennas course. There you had learned some basically in details about wire antennas, dipole antenna, lambda by monopole antennas. All those antennas have been taught and you have learned in details. Okay, so we will be designing those in this environment, and we will be observing the radiation pattern of those antennas, and also what will be the bandwidth of those antennas and different other characteristics like gain, directivity. All those things will be studied, and you will have a feel of how it looks like. Okay, so similar kind of characteristics will be studied under the category of Yagi-Uda antenna, okay, and pyramidal horn antennas. Fine. Now, there you had learned about antenna arrays. Fine. So what was the purpose why we actually go for antenna array is to increase the directivity. Fine. And at the same time, you need to reduce the side lobe levels. So there is some procedure by which you can design an antenna array in the form of some polynomial that is called Chebyshev polynomial. Okay, so this particular experiment will be studied using Scilab. Okay, very similar to MATLAB. It is also a freeware. Waveguide experiments, waveguide keys, and planar antennas will be covered. So let us have a glance that I have prepared some list of experiments. So what are the types of titles of the experiments that you will be learning about? Do not worry, I will be sharing this file after the class is over. So you can see design of quarter wave transformer for impedance matching in microstrip transmission lines. Okay, it will be this particular experiment will be done in CST 2019. Obviously, it is a student version. And then to design a dipole antenna and find the directive gain and half power beamwidth from the radiation patterns. Again, CST Studio Suite. Then Yagi-Uda antenna array, and hence its directivity, half power beamwidth from radiation patterns. CST Studio Suite. Pyramidal horn antenna. CST Studio Suite. This one, the fifth experiment, that is optimum to design and plot the radiation pattern of optimal isotropic antenna arrays using Chebyshev polynomial. This will be done using Scilab. And the rest of the experiments like design of rectangular waveguides that will be done in CST Studio Suite again. Design and analysis of E-plane T and H-plane T. This is also using CST Studio Suite. Magic T, CST Studio Suite. Now, open-ended experiments are something different. I will give you some open-ended problem. We will be solving that problem. These open-ended experiments can be different for different students, or maybe same, that we will decide after we complete the 8th experiment. Okay. So these are the list of experiments that will be performed in the virtual laboratory, right? So why I cannot start the experiment today is, first of all, you need to understand some
basic
things about microwave engineering, and thereafter you have to learn something. Learn some concepts on S parameters. Because unless you know the concept of S parameters, you will not be able to understand the antenna characteristics, specifically the bandwidth of the antenna. Okay, so that is why I decided to deliver a lecture on introduction to microwave engineering. Some portion of it was already covered in the theory class. Those who belong to my theory class, they might have already gone through that. I will repeat some of the slides from those, but after that, some brief idea about S parameters, and followed by some pictures of the microwave equipments that you would have used in the physical laboratory. We will definitely show you. Okay.
क्लास चल रहा है कि लैब चल रहा है भाई? पीपीटी सब पूरे निकाल
So before we start the experiment, let us understand some basic things about microwave engineering, right? Microwaves, this refers to the signal that ranges from 300 megahertz to 300 gigahertz. Achha. Before I proceed, any student at any point of time, if they want to ask for me, they are free to do that. No problem with that. Okay. Those things are obviously encouraged. So these are the microwave signals, ranges from 300 megahertz to 300 gigahertz. Okay. Obviously, the wavelengths will range from 1 meter to 1 millimeter. Okay. Specifically under these microwaves, the signals whose wavelengths are in the order of millimeters or millimeter waves, these are of most important in 5G communications.
इलेक्टिव अच्छा आपने दोनों मतलब सही है। मेरा भी ठीक ठाक ही है। उसका भी आया था ना ओसीएन वाला, मेरा जो ऑप्टिकल फाइबर वाला वो भी अच्छा है। और ये वाला तो काफी अच्छा है, इलेक्टिव 2 जो है अपना दोनों का जो सेम है। ऐसे ही मोटिवेट करते रहे तो पढ़ाया नहीं, ये सब करते रहे तो सही है। क्या और टीचर तो पढ़ा ही रहा है, क्या इलेक्टिव पढ़ाएगा?
We cannot, I mean, what happens over here, if you think about a lumped component like capacitors or inductors, microwave signals, what happens, the size of the microwave signals. So it is better to say the wavelength of the microwave signal is so small that it is comparable to the size of a capacitor or inductor, right? Or even less than that. So
obviously the second elective जो अपने लोग का जो आज टीचर जो आया था गेट के बारे में बता रहा था।
I mean it is not at all safe.
वो तो पता है, तू इसके बारे में बोल रहा है DCN के बारे में।
Okay.
DCN कैसा मेरा टीचर है, आज ही तो पढ़ाया है। पी सुनील है मेरा, पी सुनील है। तेरा कौन है?
Some small things I would like to say that if you think about the transmission line, 100 meter or 200 meter transmission lines, you can, what is our interest? Is say for communication purpose or for power transmission purpose. What is the most important things that we want to measure? We want to measure, we generally measure voltage and currents. Okay. So measuring voltage and current at the end points are important to us. You think about the long transmission lines or the wiring in your home, right? You are interested in finding the voltages and currents in your plug point.
Direct upload kar de,
but the transmission line is connected from the distribution box to the plug point, right? So in between, what is the voltage and current? It is we need not have to bother about.
Lab ka sara recording rakh lenge.
Have to bother about but we have to measure the voltages and currents at the end points, right? Now see, a standard, Maxwell's equation solution is very tedious. You can find voltages and currents at any point of the transmission lines. But that is not required. Why we will always go for so tedious solution? So some circuit theory approximation is applied, where you can often find the terminal quantities. Okay, the end points, the voltage, current, power at the end points. So the solution of Maxwell's equation is quite difficult. Why we will go for the solution of Maxwell's equation always? When we do not require to find what is the voltage and current at the middle or at any point in the transmission line. Circuit theory approach is quite accurate when you measure the end parameters. Okay. So that is why in
Tuesday आज नहीं देना चाहिए, कल दे देता, परसों दे देता, Thursday और Friday को continue कर देता.
Theory approach in solving the voltage and currents of the transmission lines. Okay, if you do not remember after the class, you go through that.
और खतरनाक है, एक ही क्लास है, गैप ही है, 12 बजे तक.
have to go through the derivation.
Just see. इतना गंदा है ना कल वाला, मर जाएगा. कल मर जाएगा, सुबह का रूटीन पे क्या
position of microwave and
क्लास करने के लिए ना तेरे को उठना पड़ेगा 9 बजे, फिर सो जा 2 घंटा.
So you can see from here, if you go from left to right, the wavelength decreases, right? So microwave finds its position in the second after radio wave. So its wavelength is in the order of 10 to the power minus 2 meters. And this, you can imagine the wavelength is comparable to the size of a man to the size of an ant. Man to ant. Okay, you can see. Infrared pinpoint. I'm not discussing about all the other things. We are interested in microwaves. Fine. So as you can see that as you move from left to right, X-rays whose wavelength is very, very small. So it is highly ionizing, these X-rays. So it is very dangerous to get exposed to X-rays for a long time. Fine. Because it is comparable,
signal noise ratio
to the size of atom. So when the X-ray hit the cell, so it has the ability to ionize it. So it is very dangerous. So inversely, if you move from left to right, the frequency obviously increases. Radio frequency, microwave, infrared, visible, that is the light, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. Okay. So this is the position of microwave in electromagnetic spectrum. So always remember 300 megahertz to 300 gigahertz. In this range we are dealing with. Why microwave? Yes, definitely. First of all, as I was talking about, if you want to send a voice signal directly, what will happen? Some megahertz, say in order of some megahertz. So
at the point
you need to transmit it in the wireless media through an antenna. Now, the antenna size can be lambda by 2 or lambda by 2.
Language.
Okay. So you can imagine if a 30 megahertz signal, if you, or 30 hertz signal, even if you want to transmit it to the antenna, what will happen? You require an antenna whose size is comparable to the wavelength C by F. So it will be more than 20 meters or 30 meters or something like that. So imagine 30 or 40 meter antenna is not physically realizable, isn't it? So you cannot transmit signal at low frequencies. So obviously you require to go to higher frequencies for transmitting to wireless medium. Fine. So if you can think about a situation where if you want to transmit a signal in wireless medium, transmitting a say 30 gigahertz signal, you can see the size of the antenna reduces to some centimeters. So that is realizable, no problem with that. Okay. Now again, bandwidth is most essential part. So as you move higher towards the bandwidth, towards the frequency range,
हम जो पिछले सेमेस्टर बोले थे ना, सारा मेन है अपना ना वही
you can think this particular situation in many ways.
हर सब्जेक्ट को पढ़ाता है उसको।
As you increase the frequency, what happens?
कम्युनिकेशन में मेन है, उसके लिए एडीसी पढ़ रहा है, जो भी पढ़ रहा है,
obviously
सिग्नल
so
सिस्टम पढ़ रहा है।
bits that will be transmitted at higher frequencies will be more than number of bits carried at lower frequencies, because at lower frequencies number of cycles per second is less. That is another thing. Microwave line of sight communication. Microwave signals are not affected by ionosphere. Okay, it is not bent by ionosphere. It is microwave communication happens point to point. Okay, that is why terrestrial satellite communication is through microwaves. Another thing is that radar cross-section area of a target is usually proportional to the target size. So obviously, you have to go towards higher frequencies because smaller objects can be detected. Various treatments can be done by using these microwave signals. Right. Also, in heating methods, in the form of microwave oven, we go for microwave signals. Not only that, even some medical diagnostics purpose, though it is still under under research, medical diagnostic, say microwave detection of some tumors in the body. Right?
तो स्क्रीन का लाइट फुल रखता है क्या?
If that particular thing is also very
लाइट फुल रखता है तो क्या?
than any other techniques which are available nowadays, right? So there are various applications of microwaves. That is why these microwaves are quite important, right? I have listed few of them. Here are some of the, you can find these frequency bands and applications in any standard books. I'm not going through that. Just one information I want to convey, that your hardware laboratory is generally in the range of 8 to 12 gigahertz.
स्टूडेंट जैसे करता है ना, टीचर में भी यूनिटी आ गया।
Operates in X-band. Okay.
पहले स्टूडेंट भी आता था यूनिटी, अब टीचर लोग में गया।
So before we go to the S parameter explanation, let us know some brief history of microwave. So
S parameter पता नहीं सब सब बोल रहे हैं
which we should be thankful. So microwave engineering came into limelight over 100 years ago when radar technology was applied during World War II. Okay, this microwaves
1873 का इतना पुराना क्यों पढ़ाएंगे?
The research and development on these were even more years back. So we should be first of all thankful to James Clerk Maxwell, who mathematically showed that electromagnetic wave and light is a form of electromagnetic energy.
अबे वो नहीं बोलता था,
he formulated Maxwell's equations.
मैक्सवेल बहुत चुतिया आदमी था, वो हर साइंटिस्ट के घर पे जाता था,
after that during
जानकारी चुरा लेता था और अपना घुसा देता था।
An important contribution was made by Oliver Heaviside.
बोलता था, याद है कि भूल गया।
See, when James Clerk Maxwell formulated the Maxwell's equation during those times, those Maxwell's equations were not written in the with the help of vectors. So you can imagine the number of Maxwell's equations. Okay. So in our textbook nowadays, we generally study that there are 4 Maxwell's equations. Right? But original Maxwell's equations were not limited to 4. Many form of equations were there because vector concepts were not introduced during the time of Maxwell. So it was Oliver Heaviside during 1885 to 1887 who simplified the Maxwell's equation by introducing vectors. So that is why we generally read 4 simple form of Maxwell's equations in our textbook. So we should be thankful to Oliver Heaviside for that. During 1887 to 1891, what happens? The theoretical formulations by Maxwell and thereafter Oliver Heaviside was experimentally verified by Heinrich Hertz.
मैक्सवेल ही तो पढ़ाया था उसमें इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव में.
In the honor of Heinrich Hertz, the unit of frequency is chosen to be Hertz. Okay, so during early 19th century, what happens? Although experimental verification was done by Heinrich Hertz during the early days, the microwave powers were quite microwave sources were not there. Reliable microwave sources were not there. So the research and development of microwaves were almost stagnant during those times. It was during World War II. Okay, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology Radiation Laboratory developed the radars. So for development of radars, obviously some microwave sources were also built. We will be learning about all those microwave sources and all those things in details in our theory classes. So it was not before World War II the microwave came into limelight. The research and development, huge development in the microwave regime started during World War II. Specifically, it started with radar theory. Okay, it was very important during World War II to detect the unwanted objects. I believe up to this, you have no confusion or no question in this regard, right? If you have any, you can definitely share your views or ask some question. Anything you can comment. James Maxwell, Oliver Heaviside, and then Heinrich Hertz.
Maxwell starting वाला ना.
So unfortunately we are not able to go to the physical laboratory, but when you enter into the physical laboratory, first of all, the first experiment in hardware mode was familiarization with microwave test bench. You can see this is a test bench. Fine. So in microwave test bench, there are various equipments which are present. First of all, just note the movement of the cursor of my cursor, right? The first one, it is microwave power supply. Okay. Microwave sources can be many. First of all, it can be some vacuum tube kind of sources like klystron oscillator. You will be learning about this klystron oscillator in your theory classes. Okay, so if you go into the semiconductor part, there may be another type of oscillator, that is gun diode oscillator. So this particular picture specifically shows, I think it is a gun diode oscillator. So you can see this black portion, this is a gun diode oscillator. What is the function of this? This generates a microwave signal, right? And who powers this particular oscillator? It is klystron power supply, it is written. So whatever, this is klystron power supply. So instead of klystron power supply, there may be the gun diode power supply present in the laboratory. So both types of supplies are present in our laboratory. Okay, so this is the example of klystron power supply. So this first oscillator, this one is klystron oscillator. Fine. The last one that you can see, this is the VSWR meter. Fine. To measure the VSWR. Now, this middle one is the frequency meter. So, what is the frequency of the microwave signal can be understood from this frequency meter. This is nothing but a cavity resonator. So during the laboratory, I mean, as the classes will go, in some classes I will show you one video done by our by your teacher P.R. Behra madam about she demonstrated very beautifully about what are the different components in the laboratory by taking the physical video of the lab and the equipments. Okay, that we will see. Okay, so after Klystron oscillator, there is one. This is called isolator, and after that variable attenuator, and then frequency meter, as I have told. Okay, so tunable probe over here. These tunable probes are used to find the voltage maximas or minimas. You can see one white color knob over here. By rotating the knob, this tunable probe move from right to left. How all these things operates will be definitely shown in a beautiful video. Okay. So these are the different components. The enlarged view of that is shown. Isolator, variable attenuator. What is isolator, variable attenuator? It will be taught. Do not worry about that. Okay. Only thing, this is ferrite isolator. This is made up of a component that is called ferrite. Okay. So microwave signal, once it goes from left to right, due to any mismatch, there may be some reflection. Okay. So that reflected signal must not come to the Klystron oscillator or gun diode oscillator if it is present, because it will overload those devices and it may damage that. So who takes care of that so that the reflected signal does not overload the Klystron power supply, Klystron oscillator or gun diode oscillator? This is isolator. Isolator takes care of that. So it allows a signal to pass through one way, but it does not allow the signal to pass in another way. You can think of a diode. Okay, almost the diode allows the signal to pass from one point to another point, but in the backward direction it blocks the signal. So it functions almost in a similar way. This is a slotted line section, as I was talking about. A tunable probe it moves from left to right to detect the voltage maximas or minimas. The VSWR meter. Directional couplers, H plane T, E plane T, all these things will be taught. Do not worry about that. So these are the physical components you have. You might. When you return to the campus, we will definitely show you. Microwave test bench. Another kind of microwave test bench is present in our laboratory. That is, it is wireless, because if you go back to the previous diagram over here, see the right hand side. See the movement of the cursor. Okay. This is a load. So the power which is generated by this Klystron power supply is being transmitted through this waveguide. This is a waveguide, rectangular waveguide, and it is delivered to the load. So it is a wired medium. Fine. Why it is said wireless? See, this is a horn antenna. The horn antenna, you know that the name is derived from its shape. The shape is like a horn. Okay, so the horn antenna, this is a transmitter horn antenna. The transmitter horn antenna transmits the power, and the receiver horn antenna receives the power. So the power transmission takes place wirelessly. Rest of the arrangements are same, you can see. It is again a Klystron power supply, then Klystron oscillator, attenuator, frequency meter. Okay. But the transmission of power takes place in a wireless mode. Fine. The most important thing is the S parameters. We must understand S parameters, but first of all, we have to make our concept clear that why we cannot use the existing parameters like Z parameters and Y parameters directly over here in microwaves. Reason is that
sir बहुत पका रहा है हमारा दिमाग चाहिए
in very simple lines. The reason, see, waveguides.
सर लोग चाहते हैं दिन में ही पढ़ लेगा ये लोग कैसे पॉसिबल है एस पैरामीटर?
You can see the microwave signal travels through this hollow tube. So you can think of a situation that a microwave signal is traveling through a rectangular cross-section pipe, metallic rectangular cross-section pipe. Okay, now I will throw one question, that how many conductors are there, distinct conductors are there? Anyone can tell me. If I ask you a question that a microwave signal is traveling through a hollow rectangular tube, metallic tube. So that hollow rectangular metallic tube has how many conductors? Tell me. Anyone?
सब सोया है तो बोलेगा ही नहीं.
Anyone, any answer? Have you understood my question?
बोल ही नहीं रहा है वे.
Four.
आज तो सवा.
Okay, four. Anyone else? Let me hear from 2 to 3 students. After that, we will discuss.
क्या पूछ रहा है वे?
Anyone answer?
2, 3.
One of you have answered 4.
अबे 2 बोल दे सत्या बट तू.
Sir, 2.
देख वो 2 बोल. तू 3 बोल दे.
Okay. One of you have answered 4 conductors. Can you tell me why? I think you might had thought of that there are 4 walls, so there are 4 conductors, isn't it? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I ask you a question that think about a transmission line, say a 2-wire transmission line, any wire, any 2-wire transmission line, how many conductors are there in a wire? Generally a coaxial wire used to connect
2.
Yes, 2 conductors. So those 2 conductors, are they connected to each other? No, I guess.
Insulated. No.
They are separated. They are separated by some dielectric, isn't it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then, can you measure the voltage and current passing through that particular transmission line? Obviously, you take one multimeter and you connect the leads of the multimeter in those 2 wires of the transmission line, and that multimeter will directly give you the reading of voltage. Fine. Okay. Now, so you can directly find voltage and current. No problem with that. So for finding voltage and current, you have the equipment called multimeter or voltmeter. But for that, you require 2 distinct conductors. Try to understand. Very interesting point. 2 distinct conductors, isn't it? Okay. Now, in a waveguide, as I was talking about, it is a hollow rectangular cross-section pipe.
Video recording बंद कर देते हैं अभी.
All the 4 walls are connected to each other. They are not separated. Otherwise, how it is a pipe kind of structure? So we cannot say that yes, there are 2 conductors or 1 conductor or 4 conductors. It is you have it is a single conductor because all are connected to each other. Potentials are same. So if it is a single conductor and the wave is propagating through the hollow pipe, how can you measure voltage and current through the multimeter and voltmeter? Can you measure? We cannot measure. Where you will connect the leads of the multimeter? So wherever you connect, it will be shorted. You cannot measure directly. So interesting point is that we cannot use these matrices, impedance or admittance matrices, when you are dealing with the wave propagation through a waveguide. Understood? That is the important thing. That is why very importantly and interestingly this sentence is I have written at microwave frequencies the measurement of voltage or current is very difficult, or it is quite impossible unless a clearly defined parameter terminal pair is available. I have to understand very simply. It is not complex. I am not going into very complex mathematics and all. Just trying to convince you that two wires are required, two distinct terminals are required to measure the voltage. But in waveguides, we do not have such. So we have to think in some other way. If we cannot measure voltage and current, then what can we measure? See, we can measure the reflected voltage and the transmitted voltage. Try to understand this point. Okay, see, Vn minus is the amplitude of the voltage wave, but we cannot directly measure again. Try to understand this point. So we have the limitation that we cannot measure Vni. Okay, so we have to think about a situation that there is some wave which is incident, and due to mismatch there will be some reflection. Obviously, isn't it? Do you agree with this particular point? If there is some mismatch in the load, there will be some reflection. Yes or no? Okay. So V1 plus indicates incident wave, and V1 minus this indicates the reflected wave. So let us think about a network, a microwave network, a N-port microwave network, because we are generalizing, where we have the reflected wave and the incident wave. But directly we cannot measure. See, V1 plus and V1 minus. So these are not the direct
communication wale sir BJT.
So what will be the total voltage at terminal 1? It will be the sum of this V1 plus V1 minus. Okay, but we cannot find that. So the reflected component and the incident component are related by a matrix that is called scattering matrix. Okay, and it is like this: S11, S12, like this. Okay, and you know how to define any parameter in the scattering matrix or the impedance matrix or admittance matrix. It is simply like this: Sij is equal to Vi minus by Vj plus, taking other parameters to be equal to 0. Okay. So like this, positive energy. So this is in details. Obviously, it will be taught. Now, what is the equipment that is responsible for, or which is used for measuring that S parameter? It is vector network analyzer. So one picture I have taken. So this is a picture of vector network analyzer. S11, this defines the reflection coefficient.
ओम चूतिया भाग गया था बेसिटी क्लास में। वो नहीं कर, अबे वो देखता है टीचर कैसा है, उसके बाद उस हिसाब से अपना कदम उठाता है। सौभिक को आज पहले ही वार्निंग दिया है कि पिछले सेमेस्टर में जैसे बोल रहा है कि जैसे पिछले सेमेस्टर किए हो ना, 2 ही दिन क्लास आए, वैसे मत करना इस सेमेस्टर, 4 क्रेडिट का। सर गाना बजा रहे हैं सर।
just let me show something over here. See, if you think of a transmission line, then say this is a load ZL and this is a source. So what happens over here? Some say at the load end. Say for example, load end is defined by Z equal to 0. Okay. So here the reflected wave has amplitude V minus. This is reflected wave. Okay, and V plus. This is the amplitude of the incident wave. Incident wave. So reflection coefficient, as you know, at the load end was defined like this: V1 by V minus by V plus. Okay. So S11, what it indicates? S11 is equal to, say for example, if I think of a two-port network, try to understand this concept, two-port network. Say one.
हम कुछ नहीं किए हैं तू किया भी है.
This is port 1. This is port 2 over here. Say
कुछ नहीं पता है.
In port 1,
मैथ पढ़े थे थोड़ा, वो भी बंद हो गया.
V1 minus, sorry, V1 plus. V1 plus. This is the amplitude of the input voltage wave, and V1 minus is the amplitude of the
teacher नहीं है वो.
Reflected wave. Similarly, in port 2, V2 plus is the incident amplitude of the incident wave, and V2 minus is the amplitude of the reflected wave, like this. So how do you define the S parameter of this two-port network? So it is V1 minus and V2 minus. It is like this. And that is equal to S11, S12, S21, like this, and followed by multiplication with V1 plus V2 plus. Okay, like this. Now, if you expand this matrix, what will happen?
बेकार पढ़ाता है पुराना वाला. तो हमको लगा अच्छा पढ़ाता होगा.
If you expand this matrix, see what happens over here.
कम्युनिकेशन बहुत अच्छा. हाँ.
So it is V1 minus, that is equal to S11 V1 plus S12 V2 plus,
वही बहुत गंदा पढ़ाया है.
And then V2 minus is equal to S21 V1 plus S22 V2 plus. Fine. Now if you try to define S11, so how do you define that? S11 is equal to V1 minus by V1 plus, keeping V2 plus is equal to 0, like this. So you can see that in port 1, if you look into this suffix V1, so you are looking into port 1. So S11 is the reflection coefficient at port 1. Similarly, S22 is the reflection coefficient.
एक स्टूडेंट का जो देखे थे वीडियो ऑन किया था की थी.
So this is actually reflection coefficient. Since these are in voltages, so S11 dB reflection coefficient in dB is actually calculated. So S11 dB is 20 log S11. Like so it is calculated in this way. Now the thing is that for an ideal network, let me ask you one question again. If maximum power transfer theorem is satisfied, that means there is no reflected wave. If there is no reflected wave, obviously the reflected component, which I say as V1 minus over here, that will be 0. So if there is no reflected wave, reflection coefficient will be 0. No problem with that. Isn't it? Reflection coefficient will be 0. Or if you convert that reflection coefficient into SWR, the minimum value of SWR is 1 and maximum is infinity. So if reflection coefficient is 0, VSWR is 1. Fine. But practical antennas, that is important. Practical antennas, we cannot always ensure that there is no reflection. So there must be some tolerance. What is the tolerance? Tolerance is VSWR equal to 2 for practical design.
475.
For practical design. VSWR is equal to 2 is acceptable. Now VSWR S is equal to VSWR, you know that. Now the thing is that I will give you one task just now. You please carry out this particular task. See the left hand corner, bottom corner. S is equal to 1 plus
इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का जितना भी और टेबल लगाया था, टेबल पे बैठा हुआ था, बुक उकड़ा था, लगता है दुकान में ही
gamma by 1 minus gamma.
शटर गिरा.
Fine.
So
use your pen and paper and tell me this result.
अबे उसका बड़ा सा है शॉप, तो अंदर
VSWR is acceptable for practical design.
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करता है.
So I am putting over here 2.
अब ये सब स्टेबलाइजर सब ये सब होता है ना तेरा, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स
this mod gamma
आता है ना,
tell me.
उसी का एक बार.
Hurry up. Use the calculation. Use your pen and paper and tell me what is this
सारा सामान रहता है.
2 is equal to 1 plus gamma by 1 minus.
पूछ रहे थे ना सर, अबे तू भी तो था इकबाल की क्लास.
This is very important.
वो नहीं, एक और क्लास में
VSWR
DCN की क्लास में, DCN क्लास में सर
2 is acceptable for practical design.
वो लोग नहीं था, उसमें भी इकबाल है मेरे साथ.
All of you please.
अबे वो तो इसमें करवाया है ना.
And tell me what you are getting.
So gamma is 1 by 3 mod gamma.
Mod gamma is equal to
DCN का
sir 1 by 3.
1 by
DCN का P सुनील.
What is that?
1 by 3.
1 by 3.
अबे वो तो तू साला इलेक्टिव 2 का कर रहा है बात.
Okay, 1 by 3.
वो भी है.
Can you
बात कर रहे हैं
now? What is our interest? Interest is S11
करवाता है वीडियो, कंपलसरी है. जो नहीं करता
Can you find this 20 log
नहीं देता.
1 by 3? Tell me what is the result that you
क्या नहीं है मेरा, मेरा कुछ अलग है. मेरा P सुनील. हाँ उसी. अबे उसमें क्या किया ना, लूप सिस्टम लगा दिए हैं. वीडियो चला देते हैं, नहीं कैमरा, अपना कैमरा ऑन कर देते हैं, कैमरा के ऊपर वो डाल देते हैं कुछ कवर और एक वीडियो चला देते हैं. सर को लगता है हम बैठे हुए हैं सामने. क्या सब वही लूप लगा रहा है, कल से लूप लगाएगा सब.
So
नहीं बे, देख एक वीडियो बनाते हैं 15 सेकंड का.
So can I almost
उसमें लगता रहता पढ़ रहे हैं, सामने देख रहे हैं.
minus 10 dB, no problem with that.
उस वीडियो को लूप में लगाते हैं, मतलब वो
it is a good approximation. minus 10 dB.
धीरे धीरे दिखेगा एकदम आराम
So see,
रिपीट होता रहता है. 5 मिनट कर दे
is minus 10 dB is the acceptable limit
फिर से वही वीडियो
for
चलेगा.
practical design.
आता है गूगल, उसमें रहता है जूम मीटिंग सेटिंग.
For designing an antenna, the impedance matching
पीछे आता है ना,
should be such that S11 is equal to minus 10
ऑन रहता है, बट
okay, so you need to understand this, how this minus 10 dB is coming. Fine. Now I am going back to the slide. See.
अबे गूगल मीट में भी है इसका ऑप्शन सिस्टम. हाँ वर्चुअल बैकग्राउंड. उसमें वीडियो करते हैं, कैमरा को फिर कवर कर देते हैं. अबे एग्जाम में भी हो सकता है ये सब काम, तो सोचे ही नहीं. अब दिखाएंगे सत्य, मतलब गजब का सिस्टम है ना. आज ही हम देखे हैं, मजा आ गया. अब दोनों आदमी कर, लेकिन वही कपड़ा पहनना जो एग्जाम में पहन के ना, उसी कपड़ा पे एक वीडियो बना लेना एग्जाम से थोड़ी देर पहले।
सॉरी,
तो मारा जाएगा बच्चा। तो दो बार क्यों आ रहा है? मतलब एक बार देखेगा ब्लू कलर से आया था थोड़ी देर पहले जब अटेंडेंस दे रहा था, और एग्जाम देते समय ग्रीन कपड़ा कैसे पहना? तब मारा जाएगा, तो पकड़ा जाएगा। अब दिखाएंगे, कभी मीटिंग ज्वाइन करेंगे ना अपने लोग, तब हम तेरे को दिखाएंगे कैसे लोग।
yes, this one. See, just now we found that minus 10 dB is the acceptable limit. Fine. So whenever you will design an antenna from the next class, I will show you design an antenna. Then you have to find the portion of the curve that lies below minus 10 dB. See what happens? Yes, minus 10 dB. So this is the portion of the curve that is lying below minus 10 dB. So that particular portion, you join one line over here, you see how much portion lies below minus 10 dB from this point. You see the movement of the cursor. It is shown also in the black line, okay? And you calculate the frequency range, that will be the bandwidth. And that is called impedance bandwidth. That is most important. Okay? So, with this, as today is the introductory class, I end my lecture. If anyone has any question regarding today's class, you are free to ask.
4 credit का है DCT।
Also, I would like to request if Sudhakar Sahu sir or PR Mehra madam has any comment or any information to share with the students, they can definitely share.
Wait, sir. Sudhankar Sahu.
Guru sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that you taught is everything is okay. That is the most essential for the student. Okay, just I want to tell, just 1 to 2 minutes related to that. Okay.
Okay.
And that की actually
मेरा ही टीचर है, ऑप्टिकल 1 में है।
गोरे सर, प्रोफेसर गोरे सर,
सत्यम बट्स का भी तो है।
Those things which are very important to your micro engineering, both for theory as well as for the experiment. And recently the S parameter which discussed very important. S parameter characteristic. You go through the books and the portion which is discussed is very important. These are also enough. And try to understand in all experiment. We go through the S parameter. Transmission characteristic and reflection coefficient. Transmission characteristic and reflection. When you compare your antenna,
optical amplifier,
optical S1 characteristic, reflection coefficient, S1. And that is also very important. And you go through and throughout the all experiment, most important is your how to calculate your S11.
मेरी क्लास के सारे स्टूडेंट को यही टीचर पढ़ाता है, मतलब अपने क्लास
reflection coefficient. Or which call your also and that discuss that the minus 10 dB, right? That minus 10 dB is called your impedance bandwidth. And also is called your minus 10 dB impedance bandwidth. And this is the measuring parameter of all type the antenna. When you calculate the impedance bandwidth of the antenna. Okay. And that Goris are also explained very clearly, right? And which also very important. Those who are doing the experiment in antenna, also those who will do your project also, very important, that concept of your S parameter. Right, in microengineering, very important is the concept of S parameter. You go through the books, right? If you know, and the person which you discussed now is also very important, is enough. And also, if you have any doubt, also you can ask at any moment, at any time, without any hesitation. Okay, and also next class, probably discuss your impedance matching using quarter wave transformer, using a microstrip line.
Optical.
Okay? And before coming to the next level, you just go through the microstrip line. And which you know from your books,
optical fibers के बारे में बताएगा,
5G, 6G, from your books also. That book is
got your समझ ले ACT DCT mix है वो,
antenna wave propagation
मतलब head है वो
by your Krauss.
टीचर बोल रहा था
the detail about your microstrip antenna or microstrip line,
communicative
right?
engineer,
So very important
वो सब्जेक्ट कंपलसरी होना चाहिए।
Theory of the microstrip line. Right, by using microstrip line, next class to experiment on
maybe तुम suppose using कंपनी सब में जाना चाहता है आगे,
CST Micro Studio,
वो सब वही सब पढ़ाएगा ना, 5G, 6G, 7
used as the impedance matching using microstrip line. Okay,
for placement के लिए वो सब्जेक्ट बहुत बेस्ट है।
Also, Goris are also taught many discuss many component, also micro component and rectangular micro component, and also do experiment on a horn antenna, how to measure gain and radiation pattern. and you see, remember all these portion which will discuss in the theory, which will also equally important for the laboratory. The portion which will discuss in the laboratory, for example, say characterization of the Dresner coupler, characterization of the E-plane, H-plane, and magic trick, which are also equally important in the theory. In the theory also, all those questions which will also come in your examination, right? So your actually laboratory is equally important according to your theory. Okay. So these are the point, and also is told that you discuss that on your Argentina, right? You also learned your little bit Argentina, right? In Argentina, you design using your MATLAB, like similar like to MATLAB, and that is your how to increase the gain of the antenna, and at the same time how to reduce the side loop.
मैम नहीं है अभी इस बार कहीं पे.
Many other experimental also learn.
मेरी कोई टीचर मैम नहीं है अभी. हमको लग रहा है पर
so definitely
कहीं नहीं है लैब में ना क्लास में दूर तक मैम नहीं है.
आज I heard that you have already downloaded and install the Micro Studio Suite.
हाँ भाई वो तो साला टीचर को फेल कर दी उससे.
Suite also you can also take the help.
अबे ये पशुपति बेरा तो पिछले लैब में भी थे.
While you design the various types of experiment, okay.
पुष्परानी बेरा ये तो पिछले लैब में भी थी.
YouTube, right? By using YouTube, you can get also many other information also, okay, and it will be easy to understand. And also, we will provide the manual in systematic way. There will be no difficulty to all of you to perform your experiment. Okay. So these are the points which we will discuss in the introduction classes, and we will also many things we will discuss in the subsequent classes. So once again, I'm telling you, once again we go through the theory about mostly your S parameter, scattering parameter. Okay.
Scattering parameter
throughout all experiments. Scattering parameter in your transmission parameter, just solely your S21, S12, these are all your transmission parameter, and S11 reflection coefficient at the port 1 itself, and rest 2 is the reflection coefficient at the port 2 itself. Similarly, S33, S44, these are all the reflection coefficient, right? So once again, you go through the transmission characteristic, transmission parameter, and reflection parameter, right? In terms of scattering matrix, okay. And also this is in antenna that we will tell you that S11, right? In antenna, as you know, the most important parameter is S1 only, okay. In future antenna, as you know, antenna is a single port.
अभी कौन है? सुभाषिनी मिश्रा नहीं है बेचारे. SS है.
Right. Okay. So these are the things which we'll discuss, and the
SSS नाम है, AGUR नाम है टीचर का, जो भी नाम है पता नहीं, शॉर्ट फॉर्म नाम है.
This is the person.
अबे वही बड़े नाम नहीं है बे, SS नाम है.
Okay, very sir.
नहीं बे, SS नाम नहीं है, sorry. नाम है SMM.
Madam, do you? Okay sir.
और है एक MRK.
Okay sir.
Okay, these are the things.
हार्मोनिक नहीं है, SMM. सुभाषिनी मिश्रा मैडम.
Impedance matching is your quarter transformer.
Impedance matching. I will share the manual tomorrow.
अबे एक है MRK.
Okay. Students can learn in 1 week and we can discuss. Okay.
And before that, they should come also learn about
MRK.
You will also taught in the class what is microstrip line. But the students should know also because microstrip line is the backbone of our experiment. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, ठीक है sir.
Okay sir. Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. We'll stop now.
Yes sir, I will stop. Vera madam, have you taken the attendance?
ओए साले मेरा सुजीत साहू नाम है.
Attendance.
ये मैम देखिए, मैं पहले भी थे अटेंडेंस लेती.
Sir, wait.
यही मैम तो लेती थी अटेंडेंस.
Student can give the attendance in your chat box also. Then from that you can take the copy.
Yes.
Students should give their attendance in the chat box.
पिछले लैब में थी वे मैम ये.
Yes, that can also be done. Students can write their roll numbers in the chat box, and madam can download that. Okay.
Sir, 5 minutes, sir. Only 5.
Chat box में लिखना है वे attendance.
गुरु sir.
Yes sir.
अपन से पुटा पुटा करते नहीं लगो.
पुटा पुटा क्या कर रहे हैं?
हम राइट कॉर्नर रे अपन तो कर दिला राइट कॉर्नर देखी बस.
Yes. Okay.
चार्ट
I will do that.
सर लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? पुटा पुटा सब क्या कर रहे हैं?
स्टूडेंट दे दो. हां स्टूडेंट.
Okay.
क्या कि once देखिए sir, once you give the attendance that you send that copy to me, then I will upload to the attendance in the sub portal.
Yes.
अब लीव करना है.
Okay.
क्या?
Students are giving their attendance, no problem. just
क्या होता है?
3 minutes.
उसको भी मिलता होगा अच्छा खासा सालाना। हाँ भाई
Thank you, sir.
शॉर्ट, हाँ शॉर्ट टर्म ड्रीम बहुत अच्छा है, मतलब शॉर्ट।
यस सर, हो गया।
हाँ
हो गया तो उसका कुछ तो हमारा
10 लाख तो मिनिमम होगा ही हम लोग का।
जे absent
Okay,
sir, है,
सौ जन
तो किसी ने सुन तू जति से मैंने चैट बॉक्स कर दिले
दस
दीजिए
बारह होगा ही।
रेस्ट आर एब्सेंट हो।
हाँ हाँ सर।
ओके गुरी सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
क्या बोलिए?
Thank you, sir.
क्या क्या बोल रहे हैं जाने के लिए?
ओके
Sudhakar sir, I will call you. Just one word. I'm making a call. Okay, sir. Sudhakar sir.
हाँ, थैंक यू सर।
Thank you. Okay, students, you can leave.
कितना गजब का देख, तू मूव कर रहा है अभी देख कितना गजब लग रहा है गूगल में। वाह 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 वाह। मतलब